Welcome to Chapter 8 of the Open Access Chronicles. Today, we speak to Professor Devika Madalli of ISI Bangalore and the chair of the working group of Open Access India. We speak to her about India's move towards a one nation, one subscription policy, the costs of being a researcher who wants to publish in academic journals in India, as well as the future of the open access movement in the country. Check it out. What does the economics look like for an Indian researcher who wants to publish?
In the world, publishers have worked hard, certain publishers, and earned their repute. And that repute is called ranked journals. Okay, that reputation. So they are sitting on the word ranked. And every author would give his eye tooth to get his or her publication through somehow to that ranked journal. About affordability, it's not only that open access author publishing charges, APC is the only barrier. This is what I'm trying to say. Okay. First of all, the ranked journals, they take good content. They do all the quality assurance, but they are out of reach. Now come to the APC model. That's again, as you said, Dr. Subar pointed out, they have one pricing policy for the world over. In number of dollars, it may be less. In number of euros, it may be less. But when I convert it to INR, and also when I convert it to what percent it is of my salary, it's too much. When I say open access, certainly it means that there's something closed that we are trying to open.
Yeah.
So we have to tackle that. What's that closed? What is that barrier to knowledge that is there? So basically the barrier to knowledge is the sheer cost of accessing scholarly publications for the scholarly world. If you take a statistical look, there are many journal articles already showing this, how the subscriptions of libraries tend to go down, the number of subscriptions, because the cost keeps getting higher. And it is sheer simple mathematics that people can't afford, and they start cutting down on titles of journals they can no longer afford. So this is happening. Now look into this. Who wrote to those journals which are that expensive? Who are the people who are producing all the content? Okay, the people are the scientists and academicians who work in their projects, in the PhDs, in whatever that they do, and they research, and then they publish, right? And then who maintains the quality of all this content? Who ensures? Okay, is it the publisher and his team which sits on the boards of publishing houses? The answer is no. It is the domain experts who are again academicians, researchers, XYZ in the field, who sit there and patiently read the article in its draft form and pass all the comments so that it's passed back to the author to improve his or her article. And after going through several iterations and the quality is assured, it sees the light of the day and it gets published. So now you examine this cycle of publication. You have the author who is writing. You have the peers who are also authors at some point in time and now also, but they are making sure of the scientific quality of the paper, right? And then you see at the end of the cycle, there are consumers, the end users. Who they are? They are again the same people, the authors, the publisher, the peer reviewers, the students, the researchers. The entire cycle from beginning to consumption level is about research, and researchers. Okay. Now tell me, where does the publisher come in and what their role is and what their role should be? I leave this as an open-ended question. Okay. So their role, in my view, yes, they are required. There is a cycle. There is some formality to that cycle. They are required to streamline the publishing, the whole cycle, right? They know how to streamline. They have been here over a century, and they know how to do it, and they do it. Yes. And they argue that all that costs money. I agree. All that costs money. I agree. So I don't expect somebody to run into losses and then be philanthropic in their approach all the time. They need to make money. They need to run their publishing houses. I agree. But my question is, to what extent? To that extent that we make scholarly publications prohibitive,